the tire itself. Tires have certain width, certain height, and the rim diameter. This car is 275, 70, 17. 275 means the width of the tire, which is actually not that concerned. You can drive at 265 and you can drive at 255 and you can drive 285. And the wheel, the rim, the 17 or 16, actually also not a concern. The concern is the second number, which is 70. 70 means the side wall, which is at the beginning of this rim, to the end of this tire, 70% of the width of this tire. 275 means 275 millimeter. From here to here is 70% of this width. Some come with 65, some come with 60. My advice to everyone, I'm sure there are some, you find some Range Rovers running around with 20 inch wheels, the tire is this much. It's good to go to watch in Big Red and watch people. But going to dune bashing, it won't run with you. It will not keep up with you. You start going to have pop-outs after pop-outs. So the aspect ratio, or the difference that we call, it's actually called aspect ratio, should not go lower than 60. Because when you deflate, it actually becomes 40. So if you are 40 and you deflate, your rim is already hitting the ground. Can you imagine coming down? So don't buy a tire that aspect ratio of it less than 60. Period. Don't even look at it. Might look nice, but don't look at it. Okay? Another thing about the car, we have an approach ratio and departure ratio. It's very important for you for today. We'll go through dunes and we'll stop and we'll try to climb it. The reason for that is because the approach ratio means at what degree you safely go up without your bumper hitting. Your bumper, nothing. So a lot of people, when you see a dune and you come fast, and all of a sudden you're hitting and jumping. It will go up. I'm not saying it will not go up, but you are already going to break your bumper. So to avoid that, what you do is you come close to it, and then you hit it. The nose will go up, will move up. You don't hit the bumper. The same thing when we go down a crest. A lot of guys will get excited. Oh, I did it. And before they get there, they start pushing. So the minute you do, it happens like this. The same ratio that happen in front, you have in the back. So if you go too fast, your back will hit. Go down slowly, level up, about half a meter or a meter away from the actual dune, and then push it. So you don't damage the bumpers. I actually damaged the bumper. It's not because of I did that mistake. I was stuck in the mud and I was trying to get out and just the sand would not move, so I actually broke it last Saturday. Okay? Then we have another ratio. It's actually, these ratios actually is in your owner manual. But I don't think anybody bothers to read those things. It's called rollover ratio. At what degree your car can drive without the gravity call you down. Normally, sometimes even it's on your visor here, 40 degrees. If the sand dune is at 40 degrees or higher means bigger number. You know, the angle with the wider is bigger. So 40 degrees is like this. If it is like this, then it's easy. But when it becomes small, it will be steep. It will be like this, steep. The steeper it is, this way you can drive easily on it. When it comes like this, too steep. Goes less. Even if you leave the car standing, it will roll over by itself. The reason for that, the gravity will take it. The weight of the car comes only on two tires. The gravity takes it down. But most of us here drive on a less or steeper than 40 degrees because of momentum. If you have enough steeper momentum, you can drive on a steeper than 40 and you will not roll over on a side slope. I'm going to talk about this when we get to the drive part. But I'm going to mention it now, I'm going to mention it then. If you're driving on a side slope, Do not push on your brake no matter what. If your wife is going to labor and she will deliver, don't put the brake. You'll kill the wife and the child and yourself. Don't push brake on a side slope, period. The minute you see you slowing down, just go down. No reason to be a hero in the sand. We all here, as we said, family-oriented club. We want to go, have fun, and come back out safe. Okay? I'll talk about it more when we get to the drive. Any question in the car?
More manual gear clutch burning. People who are driving manual cars.
Yeah.
The ratio.
Don't drive manual.
I've seen that.
This is I never could understand. I mean, the more locals that actually from UAE people always argue this, that the manual is more stronger and more power than the automatic. Bring me any guy who have a manual and I have an automatic. And we go wherever you want to go. I just don't see the point of it. I agree. The reason why I'm talking about this, we have a habit of keeping our feet lazy. So we actually change the gear, and the left feet still is actually on the clutch. You're actually running half the accelerator. Half is in the clutch and half on the race. You hear the sound of the car actually is not normal. Because the gear is not in full gear. Because you are on the clutch, the gear is not fully in. And you do this for the whole day, you will burn the clutch. Yusuf!
Ah.
First time with me, he burned the clutch. Driving manual.
You should come here.
Because he was doing exactly the same mistake. He put his feet on the clutch and he's driving. And I smell. And I said, you know, you're doing something wrong. And finally I realized actually he's put his on the clutch and he's changing. And he burned it. It was not his car, it was his brother. Huh? Four-wheel mode, okay. When we go to dirt, we actually drive four-wheel drive. Some crazy people like me. We drive it too. Drive by manual. Normally we drive in 4 high. 4 high. 4H. Either two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, 4H, as he said. It's easier for the car, you get more speed. When you get stuck, you go to 4 low. 4 low to get more torque, the power itself to dig you out. But if you're driving in 4 low, you feel very comfortable, very nice. You know, you're driving all of it. But when you get stuck, there is no a tool to dig you out of there. You already got stuck with a 4 low. You start digging and digging and digging. It's much easier to learn the 4 high part, and the 4 low you will enjoy it when it's very difficult. Sorry. So try it on 4 high. Most of the car, who car differential lock here? Rear or front?
Rear.
Rear. Is it mechanical or air?
Automatic, just got a switch.
Switch. Mechanical.
Same here.
Mechanical switch. This one, same thing. I'm trying to get one with a front differential. Nobody is accommodating me. Anyways. These are called on-demand differentials. There are 3 types of differentials. One that JKs come with it, Jeeps come with it, called limited slip, or all-time differential lock, which is by itself will lock. The second thing is air lockers, which is ARB is famous for. It's on demand, it is air. I mean, they put in the locks, and then the switch for the compressor, and the switch on the compressor and the air one. The best one, I think, I'm not an expert, but from what I've seen is, Eaton makes, so this one has, electric on-demand lockers, diff locks. So when you get stuck, but please, when you get stuck, don't push things. For example, if you are on a crest and you push it until you're literally stuck, and you put a diff lock, it will not work because there is no traction. Diff locks only work when there is tires on the ground to have traction to help you out. Divides the power or moves the power from tire that is not is rotating in the air to a tire which has traction to take you out. But if you are on top of that, there's no use for it. I tried it last Saturday. It won't work. Okay. Anything else?
Traction control.
I don't know about Pajeros.
Yeah. Automatic traction controls, all those things they need to
I have
switch
no
on,
idea.
switch off about it.
Go ahead, tell them. I don't know about Pajeros.
Many cars.
I know Jeeps have ESPs. You have to turn it off. The older models don't have it, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, many cars, they have very sophisticated control of traction controls, slippery controls and everything. Nowadays you find a lot of options in the new cars which is coming. It's absolutely a good option when you're driving on a road. But when it comes to the sand, you should not allow the car to decide what to do and it can go wrong. So you should know how to switch it off. Even there are some options there in FJ which normally I see the people just remove that fuse and deactivate that. So if there is something which you are not sure about, an automatic control, check with any of the marshals, they will help you for it. Because that is not going to help you, instead it will create problem for you in the sand. So no kind of an automatic control is going to work, so we need to make sure to switch it off. Okay. So it's something mainly about slippery control, traction control, that's are the common features what you see in advanced cars.
It's actually not for your children to buy things for. It has a use for it. Okay, we'll move to the drive. Things are in your car and it's secured. There are nets. I have one. Or where are the? You can tie them with these. However you want, but secure them. You don't going up and down doing on this side, hitting your wife or hitting your child or yourself. Or you know, with the icebox it tips over and water is everywhere. So secure it. Make sure it is. I actually didn't mention this. This is very important at night. You already carry a flashlight. Anyways, okay. So we get ready for the driving. You deflate. Deflating. You need to look at it, whether we are driving in winter or in summer. Winter, you don't need to deflate as low as you normally do in summer. At 15, you should be fine. 14, you should be fine. At 18, you should be fine. Summertime, the sand is powder. Actually, there's not a lot of traction. You need something more. The tire has to be a little bit flatter, so there's more traction on the sand itself and floats more. So you go to a lower pressure. In August, we were doing what, 10? We were doing 10, around 10, 8. So you need a more bigger base, flatter, to drive in the sand. The other thing is, if the sand, in winter time now, if there is rain already rained or not rained, if it is rained, you need to go higher pressure again. Because the sand is hard, if you hit in a low pressure, it will pop out. It's actually like a brick. You will notice today. So go to a higher, even 18 will move you. The sand is actually very hard. Okay? So you drive, you go to around 14, 15, you're fine in winter time. In winter, everybody's enjoying it. I didn't see anybody in summer, so I don't know. We were actually driving, so. Okay? We deflated it, we're moving. The first thing you do is, you put your seat belt on, and your passengers, and children if they are in the back, at any time. You must have the seat belt on. Don't drive without it. Sometimes you see me driving without a seat belt. That is because actually I'm not either leading or doing a stunt. I'm just recovering, sitting in the back, relaxing. But if you are driving, normal drive, please keep your seat belt on for everybody's safety. Okay? We come to certain side slopes, if we do side slopes. As I said earlier, do not brakes side slopes. Keep it moving. The minute you see the car is slowing down, there is not much you can do about it. Please turn it either down to the right or to the left. Because if you don't do it, Mother Gravity will do it for you. Take you down. Okay? Please, don't be a hero. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do it. You're going to do it. I don't care how much power you have. It will not happen. We'll try today in my car. People will be in my convoy. I'm sure the other version. We'll try to go down to the gravity. I'm trying to go back. It will not work. Don't try it, huh? You will roll over. I'm going to show you, but it will not work. We're going to do it in high speed, in a very low speed, but it won't work. I just want to show it to you. But don't try it, please. You will find that the back of your car actually lifts. Don't do it. Okay? What else? We're going cresting. You have to, it will come with experience, but you need to do it to a point that they're fast enough to get to, don't stop here. It will not go back, so you have to go back again. Go as much as you can until you see the heaviest part of your car, which is the engine, is over the crest. Then you don't have to push the pedal, just put your foot off the gas and should go down slowly. And when you go down, you don't have to push, because the departure ratio, you will hurt your bumper again. So you need to be careful about that. Huh? Okay? What else we need to talk about? Okay, we get stuck. I'm assuming every car has a recovery point. There's no use of these if you don't have recovery points. So we use this and this. Sometimes we don't need this, but we do need it. Make sure these are not tangled. Flat. Try to hook it up and make it a zigzag so it's clear. And you pull them. If you're pulling somebody out, put your gear in for low because you need the torque. As we talk about the power of them. And move slowly. You don't need to yank him out. Break your car and his car. Okay? Sometimes what will happen is he is in a ball in a sense, and you cannot reach him because if you go, it will be like this, and you cannot recover somebody. You are like this. You cannot go this way. So you go over that dune, but you cannot reach. So you have to have two of these. There's a habit of people putting this shackle between them. Dangerous. We do it. We're not saying we don't do it. I'm saying what is right. Because you did it once or twice, nothing happened, that doesn't mean it will not happen. Because if it does break and flies, somebody will get hurt. So normally what we do is tie the two. But tying two ropes, normally when you're pulling a car so hard that this one will be so hard that you cannot open it again. Okay? So now the early learning thing comes in. Clinics box, piece of this, and goes between them, and you tie it up. No matter how much you pull, there is always space. The reason I'm not using a pipe or something, because the pipe, if this breaks, the pipe will fly, will hit somebody. Newspaper, I mean, I'm sure it will hurt if it goes directly, but you must safer with it. Okay? I normally use clinics box. But the problem with the clinic box is
You can't use it.
the clinics will be so like this that you, for a whole month you start using this one, you have to open it up and use it. So it's much easier to carry one like this one with you. Okay? A lot, probably. Don't try to stop behind each other like this. As always, try to stop on a dune facing down or in a flat area. And avoid going behind each other, so close to each other. Because if so close to each other, you have yeah. Stop saying when you stop, don't brake. The reason for that, you're going to dig in. No reason for it. Just sand. The minute you take your foot off, it's not, you know, it's not flat, so it will stop by itself.
Abdullah is meaning if you make a hard brake and you are going to stop like this, then takeoff will be difficult. So once you release the pedal, it is going to come to a stop. Traction compared to the road, it is 1:8 ratio. So just leave your petrol, it will come to stop. Or maybe you can apply a very light brake, but never try to dig in. If you feel you are digging by applying a hard brake by mistake or anything, take a reverse and then you try. But never try to take off from that bad position. You are going only to dig in.
Yusuf, علق هذا على هذا. Give it to Yusuf. He knows what to do.